get on now to some of the headlines and a few of the national dailies. The Punch is where we always start in, this lovely Friday morning. We don't change it. We still start with the Punch. My name is Ifeemi Andrew, by the way. Naira weakens to 702 to $1. CBN fresh forex supply likely. Petrol subsidy, NEC molds 702 billion naira as allowance for workers. EFCC summons Sirika quizzes Nigeria air officials. You find all of that on the Punch newspaper. Manufacturers lose 10.1 trillion naira yearly to power crisis. Man, that's the Association of Manufacturers. You would also see this one. APC bigwigs jostle for ministerial slots. Tinubu names 8 essays. It's a headline on the Punch newspaper. Let's also look at a few from the Vanguard before we get on with some of the calls and messages. Presidential poll. Over 18,088 results INEC uploaded were blurred. Obi's witness. Presidential poll. Over 18,088 results INEC uploaded were blurred. Obi's witness. This one says Tinubu to NEC. No excuse for failure. That's a headline you would see. Tribunal. Tinubu kicks as court admits INEC's exhibit containing his bio data. That's also what you would find there. This one says court dismisses El Rufai's defamation case against Shehu Sani. Subsidy. Oil marketers plan petrol import as CBN floats forex. Some of the headlines that you would see on the Vanguard newspaper. Remember, the first 10-15 minutes of the show, every caller, everybody's involved. Female callers, old callers, new callers. We're taking as much as we can, but then the last 10 minutes of the show is only dedicated to first-time callers. Okay, so let's just stick to that and not forget. Remember, too, you have just 30 seconds, so please be very apt, direct, and be civil as well. On Facebook, it is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. On Twitter, Nigeria Info PH. The numbers to call are 0817 923 0003, 0817 923 0003, or 0817 923 0007. Good news in mile 3. Good morning. Straight to the point.
Good morning, my brother.
You're welcome. Good news.
Thank you very much. Wow. I want to talk about the statement of the local government chairman of Nemoha. How he talked about the insecurity still going on in Nemoha. You know, and discover that some criminals hide themselves under the guise of ward Amadi to perpetrate more kidnapping, more disaster. And when it happens, they still call what Amadi has been known already as Tabak. But now it's not no more there. It is very clear, crystal clear that there are no criminals still hiding. And thank God for the local government chairman who detected that. But more thanks to the Commissioner of Police who has shown resilience to see that he wants to sanitize this university and make people to sleep with their 2 eyes closed. For me, it is a welcome development. I will say that the local government chairman should try his best more. You know, we should work more with the locals to see that they have interest and relate to the Commissioner of Police. Having said that, the issue of Naira sliding, I don't know what to say in that side much, but I think that we buy our own made in Nigerian goods, eat our own made in Nigerian goods, produce our own made in Nigerian goods, even export it, the Naira will be strong just as it is in the 80s. My name is Good News of Port Harcourt.
All right, good news. Thank you. Akanto Imbori, good morning.
My friend, good morning, Andrew, my friend.
Go on, Akanto.
Yes, I want to commend the Emoha local government chairman for combating crime. I think Omoha has been in the news for a while, like Awuda West. I want to appeal to the chairman of Awuda West, Awuda East, Awuda Edo, and Odro, to also emulate the gesture. It was on this a platform also, Andrew, my friend. Now, I suggested that the MO local government should use the Nigeria police who have the technicality to combat crime in that area, rather than using what they call CASPA or OSPA. I also suggested that not the Kano local government chairman like RFD is also emulate it in the MO. And today, he's getting it right. I want to say kudos to him. And to those Okada riders, I also ensure that they should move freely. They should put their ears, their nose, their mouth on ground to report any cases of criminality in that area to the security agent.
Okay, Akanto. Thank you very much. Patrick in Accra Road. Hello, Patrick.
Hello, good morning.
Morning. Go on.
Okay, I want to speak on the OSPAC and MOVs with MOHA. Now, someone called, during your news, someone said that when the OSPAC was operational, the security situation improved in MOHA. And I want to agree with the person. MOVs, to me, is not as active as OSPAC. At the time OSPAC was operational in MOHA, all the villages, these court activities were reduced, and you could hardly see these courts roam around. But now, they move freely in these communities. So I want to encourage the MOHA council boss to see how he could reintroduce the OSPAC in various communities so that they can work in line with the MOVs to stem this security situation in MOHA. And then secondly, on the protest yesterday by the petroleum tankers, it is contentious because when a court has given a verdict and you go to protest, is a content. When they took you to court, when they were taken to court, they did not defend the fact that the petroleum product was stolen. It is after court has delivered judgment and asked that the product be confiscated and sold, and they are coming to protest. It is very wrong. I don't see any justice in that.
All right, thank you very much, Patrick.
You didn't go to prove that it was not wrong.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. Let's go to Rumo Masi now. Temple is on the line. But quickly, something Patrick said. I think when we had the chairman, he made it clear. Members of the MOVs were also members of OSPAC. The only thing that happened was they had to do proper profiling and change the name. But we still have same manpower. Some of them who were in OSPAC still in MOVs. So if they're not doing the job that they ought to, then the question would not be the name, because it's the same. If they change the name to OSPAC, it's still going to be people from the community who are still going to be members of OSPAC, right? Temple in Remo Masi, good morning.
Good morning, the very distinguished Ifemi. And how are you doing this morning?
Very fine, thank you. Go on.
Yes, wishing you a pleasant weekend. And also wishing myself a very happy birthday. Today is my birthday, very important.
Oh, happy birthday to you then.
Thank you so much. At the very distinguished Ifemi, Andrew, I think on the issue of the NSCDC and the petrol tankers, I think for me, at this point in time, we cannot afford in anything that will, try to add to what we are passing through right now. Whatever it may be, they should please learn to iron it amicably. And the issue of disposing, petrol products, I think persons should be meant to face the consequences of their actions and inactions. At least it's good other persons who think they can do anything at the, at the position which they occupy and get away with it. For me, I think let the appropriate sanction be meted if someone is being found wanting at that point in time. But at the same time, I want to quickly appeal to the MOVs and the OSPAC and all the rest of them. I think there should be synergy. This issue of whosoever that will be in charge shouldn't come to play. They all should work in collaboration with the security agent, the police in question, to make sure they rid out of all these criminal elements within that agency, instead of trying to apportion blame at whosoever that want to be in charge.
Okay, Temple, thank you.
I join my Royal Majesty King Ese Amechi to say congratulations to our amiable governor.
Let's go to Mufasa and NTA Road. Good morning, Mufasa.
Yeah, hi, Andrew. Good morning.
Yes, go on.
Still talking about what transpired between the NCDC and the tanker driver and the product that was seized. Now, in as much as there is an outstanding order, a substituting order rather, that says that any product that has been confiscated, can be auctioned and all of that until the order has been vacated. The question I want to ask the NCDC is, now that that product has been sold, what now happens to the money? Because I do not believes that if the product was seized and the content, were sold, that the money belongs to the NSCDC. The money has to go to the coffers of the government. And if that is the case, I do not think the NSCDC, is culpable in any way. But if the product was sold and they kept the money for themselves, or perhaps they use that money, then still questions need to be asked as to who gave them such power to sell the product, that was seized and still use the money for themselves. So these are issues that needed clarification. I just want to, lend my voice to that. And lastly, you see the MOA matter. Let me quickly, commend the chairman and the police commissioner. I also want to say that whether we call it OSPAC, MOVs, and all of that, I know that security is everybody's business. The only role that OSPAC or MOVs ordinarily has to play is to provide information for the police, and the police should act swiftly. So, on this note, I want to say that the chairman should equally recognize, perhaps the people who say they are OSPAC, and also community leaders should ensure that they collaborate with the chairman.
All right, Mufasa, thank you very much. Let's get on to JJ and Rumigbo. Hello, JJ, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Go on.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think somebody is not telling us the truth from my own thinking about the meeting between Nupeng and the civil defense. Was the civil defense, was this Nupeng aware that the matter was in court so that they provide their lawyers and all those put together? Then, if it is true that the court has given them order and they are saying the outcome of investigation has not come out, why not bring the court document and say this is and this and that are the documents that allow us to sell your product? So what are they still investigating? I think somebody did something that is very shady. That is why they are hiding everything in secrecy. Then after Wadi was killed, other people are terrorizing. Well, those people were taking advantage of the heavy wind that was blowing on Wadi's side and followed the plantain. After all, it's Wadi. So for me, I think they need to sweep on them and make sure they are caught by the long arms of the law. But for the Operation Delta Safe, destroying refineries, I think the government should look to those IOCs because they are the real culprits in this matter of oil theft. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, JJ. Now we take two calls, Okwandu and Ghost Time, and then afterwards we'd only take calls from first callers and female callers. Okwandu, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Andrew.
Welcome.
The appointment of the SA by the president and the taking over of the EFCC office by Kiko. I think what is really happening now has been happening in the past. It is just a matter of the president removing people and putting loyalists in places of authority. As a matter of fact, when President Buhari came into power, there was an arrest of Gatiki, Landrode, and others. And panels were set up. Investigations were set up. Up to today, what was the outcome of all those panels? We don't know anything about it. Now, Emefiele has been arrested. The man in EFCC, Abdul Rashid, has been arrested. Investigations are going on. My brother, very soon you will not hear anything about all the investigations. There are times people have been removed and the loyalists have been put into power. So I am not celebrating what is happening now. What I am looking forward to in this country is positive results. So if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is appointing and removing, I don't think there is anything to celebrate about it. It has happened in the past, and at the end of the day, Nigerians are also wallowing in poverty.
Thank you very much, Okwandu. Ghost Time in Onelga, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
Welcome.
Andrew, you see, allegation over diversion of material brought by NDDC for flood victims in Aouda West. You know, Andrew, this is exactly what transpired when Governor Ezebonye Sonwike then gave 1 billion for relief for flood victims. virtually the money was diverted. Let me use that word. Sorry if I'm erring on maybe the rules. But the money was diverted, and the people, the main victim of flood, we aren't giving anything. I went home, and I was at home to supervise and see what was happening in my community, because my community was submerged. I asked the people that we are in the town hall, community town hall, a story building. I asked them, did you get anything? They said nothing. Nothing was brought here. But the governor then released 1 billion, and the committee saddled the responsibility, ate up the money or possibly diverted the money. And this again, NDDC brought to relief material. I would aware in Ghana precisely. The allegation is there. They are now making it a political thing instead of sharing it to those people that were affected. Andrew, we should be sincere to ourselves.
All right,
God's is nothing good at all.
All right,
because presently my people don't even have Gary, while we are major producers of Gary.
All right, God's time. Thank you very much. We'll go to Alali, and I'll clarify certain things. I think it would be out of place to say that, they diverted. If you say that perhaps you feel the money wasn't properly utilized, it might make a lot of sense. And also, the people who are alleging, they are alleging that they are sensing some form of partisan approach towards distributing the materials. It has not been confirmed too, because you haven't also heard from the people who are distributing the materials and what their own side of the story is. So it would be somewhat out of place to just directly say, they are already sharing. You have to also have more facts and not just take it from the words of 2 or 3 people. You have to have more facts. So while we would ensure that we see that these things are done properly, and we call on those who are in charge to make sure they do the right thing, it is also pertinent that we understand what their own part of the story is. It is when you have heard both sides and then you have these facts that you can now deduce what perhaps is happening in the middle. Alali is in Bonny Island. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Alali.
Good morning.
Yes, go on.
Manufacturers complain of spending over 10 trillion naira in generating power.
To loss of power?
Yes. It's very unfortunate, honestly. And this is how delicate, our life is. We depend, you can imagine economy of a nation depending on diesel to generate electricity. I went to one of the companies in Onne in Port Harcourt, and this company uses 6 trucks of diesel a month. Yes, 6 trucks, 6 tankers a month for them to run their company. What do you expect that company to do to make profits when about millions is gone for just to generate just electricity alone? We are not talking of other raw materials. That is how terrible our country is. It's very unfortunate. 10 trillion, what percentage of our budget is that? Our people, they are not thinking.
Alali, you'd have to call us back. Sierra Barry is in Bori. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good things, my people who are listening to.
Go on.
I want to beg concerning the relief material that has been sent to Boa local government for them to take care of those who were affected by the flood. We all, even though we have different colors, but there is blood flowing in us. I want to beg Rivers people. I want to beg those who are in charge. Please remove party out of this thing. We are all brothers. Please remove party. This thing they are accusing is not true. I'm telling you, it's a fact. That's what happened mostly. And it has happened before, has been happening, but we can make a change. Let them give these things to the people, the victims who are affected. Even though your party members are too, and that is why they brought those things. Please. And of a truth, I want to beg the president, Tinubu government, to really improve on life. Let him even, because this manufacturer, what they are saying is true. These manufacturing things manufacturing is very expensive, and that is why we, the last consumers, are buying high cost. Let him declare emergency on electricity or power generation, And you see, you don't even need to create job for us. Once there is light, Nigerians will be busy manufacturing things, innovating things, and the country people thought that we have gone down, they will see us leading the world.
All right,
Thank
Sierra,
you.
thank you very much. Ori in Omudioga, good morning. Ori, good morning.
Andrew, good morning.
Yes, straight to the point, please.
I want to look at the sharing of release materials for flood victims in Ahuda West.
All right, go on.
You have cleared the areas that it has not been diverted for those, but the flood victims are facing marginalization. You have cleared the area. Thank you for that. But it's supposed not to have happened. But thank you. You have cleared it here. I think those who want to be it will not have a receipt. Let me get that. The economy now, going by the height in fuel, it has touched everywhere. So that even buy food in the market is very costly. I think if these relief materials are given to the genuine flood victims, it will be a very big help for them. So let me bet that it should not be politicized. It should not be diverted. It should touch the nooks and crannies of people that deserve it. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Ori. And Christopher and Kogi. Christopher, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Andrew.
Welcome.
Yes, I'm calling from Lokoja in Kogi State.
All right, you're welcome. Straight to the point, please. Less than a minute.
Thank you very much. I want to speak on the admission of the blood results by the presidential tribunal.
All right, go on.
Okay. I want to say that, fine, it's a good thing that the results have been admitted. But the thing is, can it go a long way to sway the Supreme Court in giving the vote to Mr. Obi? Being admitted is a different thing, and making it to win the case for Obi is another thing. Let's just pray that justice will prevail, because everybody knows that the election didn't go as planned, especially in Rivers State.
All right,
because
Christopher.
I voted in Rivers State. I know what happened in my ward and in my unit. How?
All right, Christopher, we have to go for a commercial now. Thank you very much. Stay tuned.
Are you into business and sales or offer some sort of service? Looking to connect with the public?
A few messages now. Our last caller from Lokoja, Christopher. Thank you very much. But we had to just interrupt you because we had that commercial coming in. A few messages on WhatsApp, Facebook, and Twitter. On Facebook, Chibundu Lucky says, I think it's right time the state government assist more local government. Biranois Saro says the suspended NSCDC commandant in the state should be investigated. And an Obi Casey says killing of wanted kidnapper in Emhoa, Nigeria would have been a better place if only every crime had been treated this way. Thank God Ability says no room for failure. Tinubu inaugurates Shetima led National Economic Council. No delay, no room for failure. These are some of the messages you'd see on Facebook. We also have quite a few on Twitter and on WhatsApp. Let's see on WhatsApp. This one says the NSCDC should be guided properly before they seize items. This one says, Ashura to governors, no excuse for failure. Kudos to Mr. President for averting room for more blame games. Finally, Naira losing more value to dollar. My brother, what do you expect to see from a dependable nation? In Naji Kelechi Decency, you sent that message in on WhatsApp. This person says, good morning. I want to applaud Dr. Chidi Lloyd for the news of sanity we're now hearing on radio. I think you should not show mercy to those painting Emoha bad. This is from Tamano. Got some good news, Tamano. This person says, good morning. Security in Emoha deteriorated following the dissolution of OSPAC. The impression that members of MOVs are also members of OSPAC is incorrect because your personal petition differs. Amadi David. But they are still members now. So you're okay. What you're questioning is the way in which they carry out their activities. I would have loved to ask the NSCD spokesman two questions. What is an interim forfeiture? How did the auctioning of the product take place? Anon. They said they were announced to the public. I don't know if you heard it, but that's what they said. On Twitter, this one says, I'm having issues there with Twitter. Unfortunately. Okay, let's see if we can take one or two on Twitter, but then it's still... At Tony Anthony on Twitter says, the Nigerian Naira taking better shape at the exchange and financial market can only be sustained if the market is deregulated. I think that's the only we can take on Twitter for some network issues. Well, that's it. Business news comes up next. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Remember, you can watch all of the headlines again. Even the news, you can listen to it again, all of it on social media, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH on Facebook. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH on Facebook. Good morning.